ISM Pediatrics Fall Semester with Ms. Clegg. My name is Alexis Galvez-Morrison. What is ISM? ISM stands for Independent Student Mentorship. We find a professional to mentor us, and basically they teach us the different works they do in their fields. And we have 2 assignments we turn in every Monday. We have to make an activity log and record at least 2 hours every week. And we also have to make a journal entry, and we basically tell them what we did during that week. Who is my mentor? My mentor is Dr. Frella. She's been mentoring me this entire semester. She's been a pediatrician for over 18 years. She's known that she's wanted to be a pediatrician since she was 7. She's also my pediatrician. She shows a very strong dedication for what she does. And over her 18 years, she has so many awards. She puts them all over the office. So you walk in, you'll see her with a bam in your face. My mentorship site is at A Brighter Tomorrow Pediatrics. This is a little sign-in window right here. This is the play area. We have like a little farmhouse right here. You go into it. I actually play with a couple kids right there. There will always be someone in the front desk. I was there for a couple weeks, and this is like when you walk in, there's a little desk right there, and me and Renee would sit there and wait for people to come in, and I would sit there and look at the charts. What is my project? I did my project over asthma. I did it because it was supposed to be a bad allergy season. That's why everyone's getting sick and having the flu. And with bad allergy season, there's bad flare-ups. I also wanted to research the different types of asthma and how they happen and the effects on the person's body. The major part of the lungs, the alveoli, they're microscopic sacs, and they do the gas exchange with carbon dioxide and oxygen. The bronchi are the 2 main branches of the trachea, and the trachea is cartilaginous tube that carries the oxygen to the lungs, which is also known as the windpipe. The bronchioles are tubular extensions of the bronchi, and they're tree-like branches. So, to test you guys, are you ready?
Bronchi. Trachea.
Alveoli.
The alveoli, yeah.
What is this one? Third sac?
Alveoli.
Yes, good job. Okay, and right here, tree-like branches.
Through the bronchi? No. No.
It's near bronchi.
I need like a word bank. Trachea?
Yes. Okay.
What is that like? There's no word bank?
I'm getting
What?
it.
Okay, it's not the bronchi, it's very hard about it. When she said sex, I knew that was obvious.
Yeah. So the bronchiole, no.
Yes.
Is that a word bank?
Bronchiole.
Thank you.
Okay, and what is this?
That's the trachea.
Good job. And these are?
Bronchi.
There you go.
Well done.
I'm proud of you.
Evaluated.
You're an eraser. Okay.
That was good. I like the modification you did for us.
Thank you.
This is how we breathe, normal, non-asthmatic people. When we inhale air, it passes into our lungs, and it goes into the smaller airways, the bronchi, after it cuts off the trachea. And the air is carried to the bronchioles, the tree-like branches, and the air continues until it gets to alveoli, which are the microscopic sacs. And that's where the gas exchange happens. As you breathe out, carbon dioxide. As you breathe in, oxygen. And there's a little picture. The alveoli is large, so you can see them. Can't really see them on them. And the branch-like things. So what goes wrong in an asthmatic? People with asthma will undergo changes with allergens or other environmental triggers. Hyperactive response is also known as hyperresponsiveness, and the inflammatory response. These triggers will cause coughing, wheezing, and dyspnea, which is shortness of breath. What is hyperresponsiveness? It's smooth muscles in the airways of the lungs constrict and narrow excessively. People without asthma are able to take out the allergen or irritant with a deep breath, and to constrict is like opening your hand and closing it. People with asthma are able to take those deep, heavy breaths because their lungs do not constrict smoothly. So their hands don't open and close as well. This is what happens during an asthma attack, and the person starts to take short, heavy breaths. The inflammatory response, and this response to allergens, the immune system delivers white blood cells and other immune factors to the airways. The inflammatory factors cause the airways to swell, and it causes it to fill with fluid and sticky mucus. The combination of these will cause wheezing and inability to breathe properly. Different types of asthma are the exercise-induced asthma, allergic asthma, cough variant, occupational, and nighttime asthma. And the 5 types are in this corner. Exercise-induced is self-explanatory. You get it from exercising. This type is triggered by vigorous or prolonged exercise. Most people with chronic asthma will usually experience this type, and people can experience symptoms during exercise, but they often have chronic asthma. Exercise causes unusual fatigue and shortness of breath. Asthma inhalers and bronchodilators are usually helped to treat this type of asthma. Allergic asthma is caused by allergies. It could be from molds, pollen, mites, etc. Pests can also cause this one to flare up. The symptoms are relatively the same as basic asthma, with coughing, sibilant bronchi, which is wheezing, dyspnea, shortness of breath, tightness of the chest, and tachypnea, which is fast breathing. Treatments depend on the severity of the asthma, but you can include over-the-counter medicine, saline rinses, and allergy injections. Cough variant is the main symptom is a dry cough, and there's no really way to know what kind this is because there's only a dry cough. So the way they treat this one is with x-rays, physical exams, and a spirometry, and that involves this test involves the amount of breath you can take in and how fast you can empty your lungs out. And to diagnose this, just told you this, and then people who are vulnerable to allergens and breathing cold air in, this will make this type of asthma flare up. Occupational asthma, this is caused by conditions in the workplace. So if you're working with construction, paint, this one can flare up. Symptoms can cause asthma in 1 or 3 ways: allergic reaction, irritant reaction, and reactions in the chemicals that build up in the lungs. Symptoms are those of an asthma attack and also can include eye irritation and nasal congestion. Preventions: use proper asthma medications, stay away from an occupation that has these types, and reduce exposure to the harmful substance. You can also wear a mask and other clothing to wear a mask. Nighttime asthma, this is one of those that can cause death. It's most common because of the wheezing at night. You can treat it with inhaled steroids. It's actually the only known medication to help nighttime asthma. The asthma symptoms for this is a chest tightness and dyspnea, coughing, and sibilant bronchi. Most deaths are related to the sibilant bronchi, which is the wheezing at night. And some common causes include mucus, internal triggers, and the air conditioning, the cold air. My final product is an inhaler, but let me pass you this out first. No, I'm going to show you how to use one. It's in your scripts. So yeah. You shake the inhaler, then you will pop the cap off. And if you want to use a spacer, you put it into this, make sure this part is up. You pop it in, and you put your mouth over it, and you will push down on this and breathe it in. And you have to hold it in for 10 seconds so you're not breathing out the medication like super fast. And you have to do this for 6 times. And if you just want to use this, you just shake it, pop the cap off, put it in your mouth, hold it in, and then you just wait a minute so it goes in. Do you have any questions, Lisa?
What's this spacer for?
It's for little kids. It actually does the
Oh.
medicine. Because little kids just like, okay, no.
Right.
But most of the people that were coming in were like actually older, and she actually like wants people to use the spacer more, even if you're older, because it helps the medication go in. And I want to tell y'all thank you, all of you for coming. Let's sit down. I have something for you. Don't get so upset about it. It's wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
For you guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
I want to thank the Brighter Tomorrow pediatric staff, Mrs. Click and Dr. Rose. Also want to thank my friends, especially Gabby, who's pushed me through this whole semester. My parents, friends, Anisha, they're wonderful. These are my citations. Do you have questions? Questions?
So why do you have to have it 2 inches away from the mouth before, like when, because it says right here, hold the inhaler approximately 2 inches away from the mouth, press the inhaler and breathe in slowly.
So you're not like taking in a lot, like you're not taking in the harshness of it. So you get like some of it, but you also don't want to put your mouth on that, because what if you don't wash it?
And how many times do you have to do it?
6 times. But I think you can do it like how many ever you need. Like emergency inhaler will have like stronger medication, so you only do it once. And then with regular ones you do it 4 times, and then with the spacer you'll do 6.
And how often are you, like, can you do this? Because you know, with ibuprofen and stuff like that, you can only do it every 6 hours. What about this?
You can do this as much as you need it, but most doctors will tell you not to like use it as much. They want you to try and take your breathing exercises.
So is there not a set limit of how many hours you have to wait before you use it again?
No.
How long was that presentation?
Without question.
That was it, yeah. What did you
Exactly.
second?
I'm timing it. She's at 13 minutes right now.
I talk really fast, it's my fault.
Yes, because I sat through Gabby's, which was 30 minutes.
Sorry.
I talk really fast.
But it, I mean, it was short. Why did you choose this?
Because
How did you?
there was a lot of people like coming in for allergy and asthma flare up, so Ms. Click said that it would be a good idea to do this one or nutrition, and I like the whole asthma thing. I'm not good on nutrition. I don't feel bad about what I eat.
Oh, she wasn't really eating whatever. You don't gain weight, so I don't know.
But my pediatrician actually is like huge on nutrition. She has like a whole Advocare thing going. Her truck's filled with Advocare, like her entire pediatric office has Advocare. I actually used it for like all of a month.
Did you notice a difference in your energy or anything like that?
There's it's called Spark, it's an energy drink.
Oh, yeah.
But it's
That's what Tracy had it.
Everyone talks about it, yeah.
yeah, it's supposed to be a healthy energy drink, but it's so gross.
I heard it tastes awful.
It tastes
I bet
awful.
you feel good.
Yeah, but I mean,
You can once in a middle of the day, I just need protein. Just need that pepper.
exactly. I'll drink a Monster, it makes me laugh all day.
Okay, let's not use that.
No, drink Monsters every day.
Okay, thank you, Alexis.
You're welcome.